is I'm doing right here. This is what Joe Mazzulla was at the other night.
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm only familiar with too much about that.
I think it's a little telling that it's funny that that's what he said. I'm not going to go off about it, but it's interesting that that's funny. That he referred to Jesus, Mary, and Joseph as the royal family. I think it's very telling that that is hilarious. My guess is you're not getting away with laughing at somebody's religious answer, depending on the religion. My guess is you're probably not. We've seen this. I've talked about this plenty. The religion from the street you grew up on, that's the bad one. Those are the bad people there. That's kind of where we're at now. But this is a man of faith. I thought it was an interesting answer. I'm not a churchgoer. But give the report. Works for her to go back to her editor and go, well, he told me this. Oh my God, print that right now. Like, are you kidding? Like, that's exactly what you would want to do. This is a master class, and don't answer. If you ask me these types of questions, these are the answers you were going to get. As a matter of fact, he was asked about race, Joe Mazzulla. Because this is the first time, I believe, in a while that the NBA, well, here was the question. What am I asking it for? I have the question right here. Here it is.
Hey, Joe, that's cool. For the first time since 1975, this is NBA Finals, we have two black head coaches. Given the plight sometimes of black head coaches in the NBA, do you think this is a significant moment? Do you take pride in this? How do you view this, or do you not see it at all?
I like the fact that the reporter said to him, or do you not see it at all? That to me takes away I'm trying to ask you a loaded question. To me, this is one of those questions, like I just talked about with Kreischer. This is one of those questions. It's silly, but you kind of have to ask it. Again, when the people who read that guy or listen to, I don't know who he is, if it's a podcast, if they read him, whatever the hell the thing is, when they go to listen to it or read it, they're going to say, oh my God, can you believe he didn't ask? Dude, he had him right there, front and center at the microphone, and homie didn't ask him that? What the hell is the matter with you? That's how that question gets asked. Here it is.
Hey, Joe, that's cool. For the first time since 1975, this is the NBA Finals where you have two black head coaches. Given the plight sometimes of black head coaches in the NBA, do you think this is a significant moment? Do you take pride in this? How do you view this, or do you not see it at all?
I wonder how many of those are Christian coaches. David Aldridge?
I let that run fully so you could hear that. The reporter doesn't respond. Now again, it's his job to ask the question. It's the celebrity's job to answer said question. But listen to the silence in that room.
Hey, Joe, that's cool. For the first time since 1975, this is the NBA Finals where you have two black head coaches. Given the plight sometimes of black head coaches in the NBA, do you think this is a significant moment? Do you take pride in this? How do you view this, or do you not see it at all?
I wonder how many of those are Christian coaches.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 seconds of silence. Everybody's looking around that room. Now, 13 doesn't sound like that many. It's a lot. It's a lot. 13 seconds of silence. Everybody looking around the room like, oh, well, this got a little awkward. This got a little awkward, right? And then they, the media, the guy running the room says, hey, David Aldridge. And you know what David's thinking, bro, you're going to call on me right after that? I'm the guy that's got to lift up the room after that went down? Golfers, your sign-up sheet for the Stansbury Cup at Raintree is a go. That's online at WRQK.com. We'll see you guys at Raintree Wednesday, July 24th, 9 a.m. shotgun start. Foursomes are 400, twosomes just the 200 there, and yes, we can get you paired up the day of. Golf plus the cart, not going to make you run around Raintree there. Breakfast, lunch at the turn, and also barbecue dinner. You were with us last year. That was a great venue, took excellent care of us. I absolutely love that track. Cannot wait to be back there again. July 24th, the Stansbury Cup. Get signed up right now, that at WRQK.com. All right. I ran across this just this morning, as a matter of fact. You have to excuse me as I'm trying to find the tab in my phone. I grew up fearful of something. And if you're anywhere near my age, my guess is you grew up fearful of it too. I know that because there was a meme that went around a couple of years ago that was talking about, like, dude, I grew up in the 80s, so, like, TV made me afraid of this, and I've never encountered it once in my life. That thing is quicksand. And it's kind of true. Like, 80s shows did kind of have, like, once a year, somebody was like, hey, look, that guy's going to get swallowed by the earth, right? And it was like this thing that happened. And I, my entire life, would like walk through the woods, or what, anytime I was anywhere where I didn't know where I was, I would like look around and be like, all right, like, we're on solid ground here, right? We're on solid ground. And I was worried about the quicksand. And then I never encountered it. And I just kind of forgot about it, if I'm honest, until that meme came out. And I was like, oh yeah, was that a thing? Like, and then I had to stop and like think to myself, like, wait a minute. Is quicksand kind of like people riding dinosaurs? Did like people say we did it and other people believed it? It's like what happened here? And so I wasn't sure. I bring it up because a woman has been pulled into, wait for it, quicksand here in Maine. Apparently she had been walking down a very popular beach, and she found out the hard way that quicksand isn't just in like A-Team episodes. It's literally a real thing. Jamie Accord was walking at the water's edge, this at Popham Beach State Park, and she claims that in a split second, she sunk to her hips in the sand. That would be terrifying. Like, it would. She is yelling at the husband, I can't get out. She said she couldn't feel the bottom, and she could not find her footing. So I'm guessing there, it's like, you know, duck on the pond. On the surface, you can't tell, but underneath, feet are moving 100 miles a minute, right? And she said she couldn't find solid ground, couldn't find her footing, because if she could, she probably would have just been able to like step and then get herself out. She couldn't get her footing. That would be not the only thing, but that would be one of the things about that really bothered me. Not being able to feel the bottom of that. If I'm in a pool, I understand that, right? And I also went into the pool willingly, we would like to think, right? Versus just being thrown in or whatever. She didn't go into the quicksand willingly. You know that. You know you're getting that, I can't touch the bottom of this while I'm in here. As a matter of fact, the pool, that's one of the things you're going in there for, right? That's kind of part of the whole process. And she was like curious, what the hell is going on? He ended up pulling her out. It turns out that quicksand, and I didn't know this, it's actually known as supersaturated sand. I did not know that. It's a real thing around the world, and even in Maine. Now, again, we think about it as like a jungle thing, or, you know, maybe, using it to add some drama to a Knight Rider episode or whatever. But people who are caught in supersaturated sand remain buoyant. People don't sink in quicksand, allowing them to float and wiggle themselves to safety. That's Jim Britt, spokesman for the Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry. Well, I mean, she did sink to her hips, though, according to her. So am I to then understand that you will, like, obviously dip in because the sand is loose, but you are in no danger of falling all the way? Like, I'm in no danger of it coming up over top of my head? I don't know if I buy that. Now, he would be, I think, probably more of an expert in that area than I ever would. I didn't even know it was called supersaturated sand, for crying out loud. So what the hell do I know? Quote, people hear the word quicksand, they think jungle movie. The reality is that with this supersaturated sand, you're not going to go under, he had said. In this case, you're going to hate this. Climate change played a role in the episode at the state's busiest state park beach. Draws more than 225,000 visitors per year, Britt said. A series of winter storms rerouted a river that pours into the ocean, softening the sand in the area where beachgoers are more likely to be walking by, necessitating the placement warning signs by park staff. They took to social media to her husband holding stuff as they were trying to find a place on the beach to kind of sit down. She said it happened so fast and it was terrifying. And here's what I can't let go of. Like, this guy saying here, you're not going to, like, it's not going to be like the movie Artist, Goody in the Gospel, new 311, new Eminem. Hard. I've always heard laughter is a bit more popular, probably not going to hurt you a whole lot. Bandstand music catalog versus the personalities in the band, probably not a good thing either, right? I have had the pleasure of interviewing Brent Smith more than one time. As a matter of fact, about the power of music. And I would have to say it's easily my favorite art form. Paintings are great. Yeah, they're great. Movies, excellent. TV shows, big fan. Music's the thing I could never live without. Have to have it. More likely to be listening to music at home than watching television. I watch TV. I'm more likely to be listening to a record. Brent Smith had said about music, quote, I've seen songs cure cancer. Cure cancer. He has not seen that. He has not seen that. That's not a thing. I'll continue. Quote, I've seen songs cure cancer. I've got to tell you, though, that's something that, especially in the last few years, I've noticed more like music. It's a powerful thing. Well, it is a powerful thing. It can be a unifier as long as we allow music to be a unifier. A lot of arguments these days, well, you shouldn't be doing that, and you shouldn't make that kind of record, and you shouldn't listen to this, and you don't do that. We're trying to make music a non-unifier. I have no idea why we would do that, but music is a unifier, in my view. Like, take a concert. Can we say 20,000 people? It's a fair number, right? 20,000 people. My guess is very few of those people agree on a lot of issues. Everybody goes nuts, right? It's, again, many times, but it unifies. I think that's a powerful thing. And I think we disregard things like that a little too easily. But don't wipe your ass with the word cure. Like, dude, don't do that. Like, come on. You have never seen music cure cancer. That is the thing. You have not seen that. That is a ridiculous statement. Apparently, it said something very similar back in 2019 in an interview with Syracuse.com. He said, music and song are the only things I know that can create an emotion from nothing. Well, that's true. He went on to say, if you're in a bad mood, it can put you in a better mood. If your heart's broken, it can heal it. I think those are true. I don't know if your heart's broken, whether or not heal's getting us into a strange, a situation there, category there. As a matter of fact, I think if you're sad and heartbroken, if you listen to a sad song, you're probably only going to think about it more. You can listen to something else and kind of pull you back out of that. I've always said about heartbreak, the reason why I don't like it is that it makes me afraid of certain sections of my iPod, and I hate that. I don't want anything to make me listen to records I like. I don't want anything to make me want to avoid songs that I really, really like. I don't like that. It's one of my, but again, it's power, and that's what draws me to it. He went on to say back in 2019, and again, he's doubling down on these comments now. I've watched music cure cancer. That's why it's so powerful. That is a ridiculous statement. He has never, ever, ever, ever watched music cure cancer, treat, or prevent any type of disease. Cancer can help people with cancer reduce their anxiety. It might also help to improve the quality of life and reduce symptoms and side effects. I think it can help keep your mind off of it. And I think helping you stay positive is good. Positivity is really, really good. Happiness. Again, I'll quote a show I loved, Afterlife, on Netflix. Happiness is amazing, really. So amazing. It doesn't matter if it's yours or not. She's right. Right? So I could buy that uplifting music. Don't just sit here and sit in the bed and think everything's over and all that. I can buy all of that. But a cure for cancer? I'm sorry, dude. I think saying music can cure cancer is worse than saying ivermectin works for COVID. Get yourself and your team signed up for the Stansberry Cup. This is July 24th. That at Raintree Golf and Event Center, Uniontown, where we were last year. Fantastic venue. They took such good care of us. Your sign-up sheet online for you now at WRQK.com. Wednesday, July 24th, shotgun start. We'll see you guys there. Most people have been repeat.